Now, it is no secret that a lot of Halo fans are also big fans of Halo's customization. Customizing your Spartan has always been a big part of Halo ever since I could remember. The biggest one being your Spartan's helmet. Helmets have always been the most unique part of your Spartan and the one thing that always stood out most. And with Halo Infinite's ability to have complete control over every single aspect of your Spartan, this is the game that needs the most helmets, shoulder pads, chest plates, you name it. Today we're going to be talking specifically about the top 10 Halo helmets that need to make a return. It's a little disappointing to see the actual customization we have now. Like I said, this is going to be the game that we have the most complete control over our Spartan's appearance, but that won't be until Cross Core is fully unlocked and also more armor gets added to the game. Before I start the list, I would just like to say any leaked helmets or helmets that are technically in the game but have not been released to the public yet will not be counted for in this list. For example, CQB and Mark V from Halo Reach. They will not be a part of this list since they are technically in the game, just have not been released yet. It is also in order. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time and get straight into number 10. Number 10 being a curveball to say the least, but the scanner helmet from Halo 5. Now before you click off and be like, alright, this is going to be some scuffed ass list, hear me out. The scanner helmet I always thought was kind of unique, a little strange looking, but I feel like that weird scanner visor thing would really suit well with some of these things that they got going for Halo Infinite. It stands out and it definitely has a unique Halo look to it. Obviously, it doesn't need to look identical to what it did in Halo 5, but with a few touch-ups and really making it look like it deserves to be in Halo Infinite, I think it could look really damn good. Now, would I necessarily get it? I don't know. But hopefully down the line, sooner rather than later, there will be a good method of unlocking armor that is purely based off of skill and progression and not through the shop. Moving on to number 9. Also another strange curveball, but this one I really hope makes it to Halo Infinite, and that is the Oceanic helmet from Halo 4. This one I feel like would be a little bit less controversial than saying that the scanner helmet deserves a spot in the top 10, but I've always been a fan of the Oceanic helmet, and the fact that it didn't make it into Halo 5 was a tad bit disappointing. I remember playing Halo 4 back when it came out and really wanting the Oceanic helmet. I think it just has sort of a mixture of a classic Halo look and a unique look at the same time, with it having that sort of old school diver look to it. I think it really is a cool looking helmet, and I think could fit very nicely into Halo Infinite. Moving on to number 8, we got a bit of a classic one here, and that's specifically the Halo Reach variant of the security helmet. I chose the Halo Reach variant over the Halo 3 just because I feel as though Halo Reach definitely did security a bit better, and I remember that being such an iconic helmet and seeing that on a lot of people who were Inheritor or just all the higher ranks, and I remember always thinking that they looked so damn cool when I was younger. And I just think that that helmet is such a classic Halo Reach helmet, and the fact that it's not alongside the other Halo Reach helmets that we have in Halo Infinite is a bit confusing, but I'm sure it'll make it in the game at some point since, well, they very much so pushed the returning of a lot of classic Halo Reach armors to Halo Infinite. Why the hell not have security come back as well? Coming in at 7, we got the Hunter helmet from Halo 5, aka Spartan Locke's helmet, the notoriously favorite Spartan of all time that everyone was so happy to play instead of Master Chief. Obviously, just kidding. All jokes aside and all comments aside on the character, I do think that his helmet design is super cool, and it's really strange that they didn't bring back the main character of Halo 5's helmet. Maybe down the line it'll return. I know that a Brute in Halo Infinite's campaign had his helmet as a shoulder piece. I'm not sure if he's dead or not, but that's besides the point. I think his helmet's super cool, and I actually did use it for a little bit of time when playing Halo 5. It was one of my go-to helmets for a little bit. So I think it would be a really cool helmet to see come back into Halo Infinite, since, well, it played such a huge part in Halo 5. But moving on to number 6, we have an extremely classic and very suiting helmet for Halo Infinite, and that is the Hayabusa helmet from Halo 3. Now, if you weren't around for the Halo 3 days, you might not recognize that this helmet is an extremely classic and extremely sought after helmet back in the day. Everyone loved this helmet, everyone grinded for this helmet, specifically the katana, but I think that this helmet is just such a suiting one to have returned, especially because it hasn't been in a Halo game since Halo 3, and, well, we have the Yoro core in Halo Infinite, which is a bunch of samurai-themed armor, so I really do think that it would fit right in, and it would be extremely suiting to have returned in Halo Infinite. As we hit the halfway mark, let's move on to number 5, which is Helioscroll, from Halo 5 specifically. This helmet is such a unique helmet in that it is designed after the look of the Arbiter's helmet or headpiece or whatever you want to call it, and I think it just has such a unique look and design to it. I definitely think that the armor portion of Helioscroll is a lot sicker than the helmet, but I really do think that they can do something extremely unique in Halo Infinite with Helioscroll's design. Long story short, it's just an iconic 343 Industries helmet, and it would make a lot of sense for it to return in Halo Infinite. But coming in at number 4, which is technically my number 1, is the pilot helmet from Halo Reach. This has always been one of my all-time favorite helmets, and even though it's nothing really too crazy, special, or unique, I always found it such a great design and just such an iconic Halo helmet in my eyes. It was one of my main helmets I used in Halo Reach, and when it came to Halo 5, I was super excited, and it's currently what I use in Halo 5. Though I haven't been on Halo 5 in quite some time, it's still currently what I'm using. And matter of fact, it probably is still what I have on in Halo Reach as well. But I think it's just such a great design and would suit Halo Infinite perfectly. And not to mention, Pilot is the base helmet that is used for the Haunted helmet. Not saying that Haunted helmet will make its return in Halo Infinite, but you never know. With the Pilot helmet, shit, all they would have to do is add the skull inside, and they got the Haunted helmet as well. Finally, we have reached the top 3. And I'm going to start number 3 with a extreme fan favorite and a helmet I so pray it makes its glorious return to Halo Infinite, and that is the Tracer helmet from Halo 5. This helmet just truly shows off the perfection of 343's way of I can't go on with this. This is a joke, obviously. Don't worry. The Tracer helmet is nowhere near the top 10 of helmets to return to Halo Infinite. The actual number 3 spot is Fotis. And honestly, it wouldn't be a 343 Industries Halo game without the Fotis helmet, saying that it's an iconic thing for 343 Industries since their emblem is a unicorn, and, well, this helmet is very much so based off of a unicorn. As mentioned in my commendations ideas videos, I think that this would make a perfect helmet to unlock by doing a commendation of some sort. In my video I made, I thought that it would be pretty clever for the way to unlock this helmet would be to get 100 headshots with the skewer, because, well, when you get headshot by the skewer, it looks like you got a giant horn sticking out your damn head. So I think it would be pretty damn suiting of a way to unlock the Fotis helmet in Halo Infinite. I think this would make a perfect addition, and I know a lot of people would grind for this helmet because it is really such a unique helmet, and honestly, you would be stupid not to go for it because, hey, you might not be into unicorns, but you cannot deny that helmet is damn good looking. But speaking of damn good looking, number 1 and 2 perfectly suit damn good looking, with number 2 being Wetwork from Halo 5 and 4. Wetwork has always been one of 343's just masterpiece designs in terms of helmets. I think it is just such a cool, unique, and different from any other Halo helmet design, and it just makes no sense that it's not in Halo Infinite yet. I love the visor, the shapes, the edges. It just is such a standout, sick helmet, and I will most certainly be buying, unlocking whatever the hell you need to do to get this helmet if it makes its return in Halo Infinite. I remember thinking this helmet was so cool when it was introduced in Halo 4, alongside with what number 1 is, which, saying that comment, I'm sure you can assume what number 1 is going to be, but just the nostalgia of really wanting Wetwork as a kid would be really cool to have it come back to Halo Infinite in a way to unlock it that is not through purchasing it or through luck like it was in Halo 5. But before we reach our number 1 spot, I want to make a couple honorable mentions. Those honorable mentions being the Achilles helmet from Halo 5. This helmet was only an honorable mention because as much as I like the design of this helmet, the way to unlock it was pretty controversial, and I'm not too sure where people stand on this helmet, though I really do like this helmet's appearance, and I think that with 343 redesigning a lot of helmets for Halo Infinite, I think that they could make it look pretty damn good. Coming in next with an honorable mention is CIO. I always thought that this was like a clever, unique take on a helmet. I remember being iffy about it with Halo 4, but thought it was standout enough. And then also with Halo 5. I never had negative thoughts of this helmet, and I always thought that it was a pretty good helmet that 343 has made. But only for an honorable mention. And final honorable mention would be Operator from Halo Reach. This would be on the top 10, but I was never too big of a fan of Operator, though I know it is one up there with fan favorites, and it's just kind of a classic helmet since it's been in the Halo community for so long. Now finally, for our number 1 spot, Venator from Halo 4 and Halo 5. Venator has always been by far the coolest, most unique Halo helmet, I think personally. Though it definitely could use a shape up in terms of the shape of the helmet. I think the visor and the front, it's just such a cool and unique design, and I would really love to see this return for Halo Infinite. I would definitely like them to change the visor to be an actual visor instead of the lights like they did in Halo 4 and 5, and I really do think that they could do a pretty damn good job. I know that there's a YouTuber who has been redesigning old Halo helmets to fit Halo Infinite style. I'm not too sure if he did Venator or not, but if he did, I'm sure it looks crazy good. I look forward to this helmet making its return because I do truly do believe that this and alongside a couple others on this list will make its return to Halo Infinite. But yeah, that is the end of my top 10 Halo helmets that I think should make a return in Halo Infinite. Of course, I believe that there are definitely a lot of other choices that I think would suit Halo Infinite perfectly, but these are my personal top 10 picks. Obviously, you are all more than welcome to comment down below some other things I should have included in the top 10 or even in the honorable mentions. I would love to hear what else you guys wish was in Halo Infinite. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, sub, it means a lot. Maybe I'll do another top 10 video soon, or the classic tier list. I don't know. I kind of enjoy doing a top 10. I think that these are kind of fun to do. But I'll catch you guys next time. And again, thanks a lot for the support.